New Year's, guys. We're not there yet. Soon, like a couple hours. Tomorrow. Close enough. What's up, peeps? It's Perk, and today we are back with Storytime Saturday, and we are going to be playing a new visual novel since we finished Sakura's Spirit. Oh my god. Can we talk about that 2 endings? Yeah, boy, got you every time. Let's go. Today we're going to be playing a new visual novel. It is going to be called Frosty Kiss. I did that, but I know it's not actually on the screen anywhere, but it's called Frosty Kiss. Just trust me on that. Alright, so, it's very topical because it is about a New Year's something or other. I don't know all the specifics. I did kind of skim through it, and it looked alright. The art style interests me, which is one of the big things that I always like, is I like to look at art. The art when I'm going through. I really like Sakura's Spirit's art. Not just the tits, but like the actual art of the visual novel. I really did like it. So, this art style seemed interesting enough that I would want to try it. So I went ahead, I picked it up. It was free on Steam if you guys would like to check it out. And yeah, so we've got it here. We're gonna start a new game, and we're gonna find out what happens. I don't know anything about this game, so we're gonna jump right on in. Woo! I wonder what is the spirit of New Year, and what is New Year itself? Just another time cycle, one of the many red letters, days, or a much more alluring and mysterious event. If my memory serves me right, the New Year was celebrated even in ancient Rome. Who knows, maybe even before that. But why is it a holiday, and why are people so excited about it? Everyone decorates New Year trees, dreams up various scenarios, dreams up various stories, invites their friends. Simeon, there's a lot of free space behind it. What's the matter? Are you grudging the toys? Oh, hello. Lena's voice made me snap out of my thoughts, and I found myself standing still, clutching a small glass statue of a snow maiden in my fidgeting hands. Yeah, I'm on it. Slavia, chop it smaller. We won't be able to eat it this way. Uliana, cucumbers should be over there. Have a look, please. Oh, okay, so multiple people. So redhead is Slavia, all right, and Uliana is, I'm guessing no, switch that. Okay, so redhead, Uliana, and the other one is Slavia. So in a moment, moment. Nice. We're starting off really good here. Everyone is busy with holiday duties. Even I, driven by the ambience, volunteered to bring and decorate the New Year tree. Today is the 31st of December. We've reached an agreement to celebrate New Year's at Lena's. Lena's? We'll go Lena. It just happened that way. Anyway, it's not like we had any other option. Lena's place was the obvious choice. After all, who could be pleased to celebrate New Year in an untidy, dusty apartment like mine, or in a dormitory in which Slavia and Alyssa lived? Several hours left until New Year's, and the preparations were going all out. I was finishing decorating our New Year's tree. Slavia, Uliana, and Lena were casting their spells on the festival meals. Meanwhile, Alyssa dashed to get the groceries as we were running out of ingredients in the last minute. Obviously, we were hoping that Zaina and Masha would drop in, but the evening was getting darker and the girls were nowhere to be seen. The front door slammed, allowing in the freezing fresh air that could even be felt there near the Christmas tree. They are doing really great at this whole grammar thing, but we'll leave it alone. Come get the supplies! Having finally hung the glass statue on a branch, I came up to Alyssa. Judging by her voice, the supplies were pretty heavy. Hey, okay, Alyssa, I see you, girl. I see you, girl. She stood with her back against the wall, trying to catch her breath. Lena, couldn't you find an apartment with... Lena, couldn't you find an apartment even higher? Whoa. Sure, it doesn't matter whether it's the 2nd or the 5th floor. It's exhausting in any case. She shouted in the direction of the living room. Only muffled laughter echoed from there. What, you climbed the stairs while carrying all that? Can't you see? Why didn't you use the elevator? Alyssa stood up to me and glanced angrily at me. Wait, that was me who said why didn't you use the elevator? Being a smartass, the elevator went up. The elevator already went up and I didn't want to wait. What you standing still for? Move this to the kitchen. Stop making eyes at me and move. I mean, but low keto, you're looking pretty right though. She's looking pretty right though. I might have to move in there real quick. Jigga stuff. I don't know what that was supposed to be. Don't ask. Alyssa has always been a kind of locomotive, and at the same time, an ignition spark in our company. Just as Uliana. They are really great at grammar. So I'm gonna try to correct these as much as I can, but some of these are actually confusing me. If we gathered up somewhere, it was definitely their scheme. The bags appeared to be really heavy, and when I tried to pick them up, I couldn't hold a cry of surprise. Ooh, how feeble the men are these days. Come on, let me help you. Alright, girl, so you're gonna have to chill on me. Alright? Together we managed to get the large stretch due to the load. Bags to the coach. Together we managed to get the large bags to the coach. To the couch. Holy crap. The laminate creaked under the weight. That audibly... I'm eventually just gonna have to rewrite this whole dang thing. Together we managed to get the large stretch due to the load bags to the couch that audibly creaked under the weight. What have you brought so much for? You'll thank me in the morning. Wow, girls! There are some firecrackers over here. Nosy Uliana had us already peering inside a bag through a hole in its side, pulled out a long black box, yelling cheerfully, tearing the bag even harder. Oranges fell out and rolled around the floor. Who's BCE? Uliana! Having noticed the disaster she's done, Uliana gathered the fruit quickly and pretended to be a nice girl. The front door slammed again. Hi everyone! There's so many girls. I cannot do this many girl voices. And where have you been loitering? And where you've been loitering about? Masha entered the living room wearing a dark dress and roll neck sweater that suited her perfectly. I wasn't loitering anywhere. We've recorded our song today, and I tell you girls, it's beautiful. So what's up? Got any news? Are there more people to come? Because there are so few of us here. Oh, Simeon! Hi there, too! Hi there, too? Okay, that's English. Even though there were only 6 of us, it was getting pretty crowded in Lena's one-room flat. What a beautiful Christmas tree you have! Is it real or fake? You know, we bought a fake one and it smells so awful. Well, like plastic, you know? And here you have a real one. It's so cute. I adore real Christmas trees. Actually, if you just kind of put pine sol on it, you know, it'll smell real piney, so then it'll smell real. You just gotta, like, dust it off with some pine sol and it'll be alright. Trust me, it works. We did that every year back, you know, hood Christmases. You couldn't buy a real tree every year, so you bought, like, the fake tree that would last for a long time. Just go ahead and pine sol that when it came out. Yeah. It smelled like Christmas for a while, actually, but, you know, nonetheless. When I was little, we used to bring and decorate a real Christmas tree, and I would even chew its needles. And I also... Wait, you chewed the needles of a Christmas... That's kind of gross. Is that a thing people do? Tell me if that's a thing, but I don't think so. Huh? Really? Okay, I guess so. I guess that's the thing. I also love olive salad too. Do you add pickles to it? My mother always does, but one of my friends doesn't. Somebody had to calm Masha's endless chatter down, so I dared to chime into the conversation, or should I say monologue. We're waiting for Zena. Help us sort stuff out, will ya? Okay. Low key, she's looking pretty right. All the girls kind of looking right though. So far though, I think I'm kind of into Masha, even though she like talked too dang much. But when she talked too much with that, okay, apparently I've been censored. Oh, by the way, this evening suddenly she went silent, pausing in mid-sentence. This evening you what? It's nothing. With a great deal of commitment, Masha went about loading off the bags, sorting food on the table while leaving the rest of the stuff on the sofa. There was a strange, nearly forgotten feeling that had been haunting me restlessly throughout the whole holidays, as though I was 12 again, hurrying up to bed so that I could wake up early in the morning and open up gifts waiting for me under the New Year tree. Is it a New Year's tree or a Christmas tree? It looks like a Christmas tree, but is it a New Year? I gotta look it up, man. And Masha's strange nothing only served to reinforce this feeling. I guess this is the first time in about 5 or 7 years I find myself in high spirits on the New Year. Today I enjoy myself rather than stay buried like a mole within 4 walls, forcing my eyes not to miss the moment the clock in the corner of the screen marks the beginning of another cycle of seasons. I couldn't tell the difference between... Oh, another cycle of seasons I couldn't tell the difference between. That was just my bad reading. It's all thanks to the girls. Really, I'm pretty sure a lot can be thanked to girls. Are you serious? I probably want to thank the girls too. It's like, wow, you guys are just being beautiful around me. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for bringing that fantastic rack next to me. Hey, thank you for bringing that ass around here. Thank you. Thank you for that damn camel toe. I don't know. It's been only a while since the day we all met. Though up to now, we've been hanging out together and visiting each other pretty often, as if we're old friends. Well, perhaps it was the truth after all. But can we call everything that's happened to us real? Or is it just a bright and vivid dream our company shared? Though it mattered not now, the most important thing is the lesson that we've learned from this dream. The hand of the clock was appearing to approach in 10 p.m. The 10 p.m. mark, relentlessly. I'm good at English. Lena and Slavia were having a chat and rattling dishes in the kitchen. Oil was sizzling on the pan, and some meat was baking in the oven, filling the kitchen with an appetizing savor as the serving of the festive table was reaching its end. Lots of trumpery was hanging from each and every corner of... I've reached garlands were... Lots of trumpery was hanging from each and every corner. I've reached garlands were winking with bright colors, and dolls' glassware was glistening from the branches of the New Year's tree. The scent of the tangerine and pine needles served as a complement to the elevated atmosphere of the holiday, just like the good old days of childhood. Uliana and Alyssa ran outside, having a strong intention to try out the explosive contents of the bag that was filled to its limit. Masha was lying safe on the sofa and seemed to be falling asleep. I was sitting in an old and soft armchair, staring aimlessly at the TV screen, where a bunch of show business stars in brightly colored dresses, Hollywood smiles shining on their faces, were wishing their audience Happy New Year. Though at the very moment, I had not the slightest intention to notice any of this historic behavior. All I wanted to see was a noisy celebration of holidays with cheerful people in their never-fading smiles. And I wanted to believe in the countless wishes of happiness and health, and that every wish would undoubtedly come true. This time at least. My eyes accidentally caught a sight of some kind of little dark box lying on the floor. Uliana's firecrackers. At the same time, a mobile phone rang somewhere else in the kitchen. You want me to drop them then? Nah, climb up and take them by yourself. I won't drop them to you. What? Oh, okay. Semio, go down and give those firecrackers to Uliana. She said she's left them somewhere in the room. Thoughts were moving slowly in my head as if my mind was engulfed in some haze, and I didn't want to leave this soft and cozy armchair. Though, why don't I go out and breathe some fresh air? My stomach needs to take a break from those tempting smells anyway. Oh, we get to choose. I'll drop them from the window. That's probably something that's more something that I would do. So, going outside, freezing over, even just getting dressed, I was too lazy for it. I opened a small window, allowing a breeze of fresh, freezing air inside the room. From up here, only Uliana's bright red puffer could be seen. Also, that was my phone going off. Excuse me. Uliana! Catch it! I waved my hand with a small box in it. And after making sure Uliana noticed me, threw it outside, aiming as close to her as possible. Hope that it won't hit her head. Thanks! It didn't. Feeling that my duty had been done, I closed the window and returned to the chair, shrinking because of the cold. Masha lazily followed me with her eyes, staying silent. Masha's the one I'm trying to get at if I can, so I'm trying to stay around her as much as possible, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get we trying to get in them jeans. I don't even know if she was wearing jeans, but we're trying to get in them. Trying to get in them jeans. If she's wearing jeans, we're getting in them. It's gonna happen. Masha lazily followed me with her eyes staying silent. The same clatter of crockery and quiet chatter of girls could be heard from the kitchen, and the TV was saying some general jolly festive speeches. Each time I struggled harder to open my eyes. My eyes were becoming heavier, and everything around just froze. Fell asleep in anticipation. Masha, judging by her looks, was pretty tired of all the festivities, all the festive fuss. She switched the channel to some weird show where two suspiciously familiar guys were checking city myths and legends. Anyway, Masha, where were you all that time? She shuddered, but didn't reply. Masha? Take a look. Just promise not to tell anyone. Just now I've noticed a phone in her hand. A photo appeared on the screen. Masha in a shiny dress with a microphone on stage. A lot of people around her. Spangled decorations everywhere. What's that? Simeon, come here. So on the low, I didn't realize that Lena had called me, not Masha. So the next part was an accident, but on the same time, it was kind of on purpose. So enjoy. I'm going. What you mean? She looking right. Could you please help me? Uliana ran outside and I can't reach it. What? What? Ah, the jar. It's on a high shelf over there. Okay. Lena was the most responsible, notable, and serious-minded person among us. You could ask her about anything and have no doubts that she will do it. Probably that's why our feasts held in her flat. According to the chatty Uliana, Lena is on the 3rd year of studies in medical university. However, her exact field of studies remains a mystery for me. And judging by the number of times I've seen her pegging away at the thematic literature and various tutorials, she was fully engaged in studies. Generally, she never liked to talk about herself or the events of her life. But I wanted to talk to Masha. Hopefully I get back to talking to Masha, because I'm trying to get in her jeans right now, you know what I'm saying. We passed through a narrow corridor and stepped into a tiny kitchen. Part of me wants to know what that means, but oh well. There were some simple tea goodies at the table. The kettle on the stove was slowly boiling. A weirder poster was hanging on the fridge. I was trying to understand who it was, but couldn't. I'm glad you don't understand it either, because I don't. Stealing sweets, huh? The girl smiled. So how did everything go with Uliana? Everything's alright, she got it. Meanwhile, Lena came up to the kitchen cabinet and moved a small curtain away. revealing several bellied 3-liter jars. Revealing several bellied 3-liter jars. Okay. Lena, Slavia, come here, someone. Echoed from the living room. Wait, what? Okay, so I'm gonna... I guess I'll look at Slavia so that she goes. Hopefully that means I get to get more sex time with Lena. Lena is the other one. I'm like, she looking kind of right though. And apparently she's smart. Man, I could get... What? I might be able to get me into a rich girl. What you mean? She gonna get rich doing that medical stuff and then I'm gonna just chill, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, we gonna look at Slavia. Slavia smiled tiredly and went to the kitchen with a look of apology. Pass me that one, please. She pointed at the farthest jar. Having extended my arm, I managed to knock off some dust, but I still couldn't reach it. Give me a sec. Wait. Could have thought it out myself. She flitted into the living room, leaving me alone. She seemed strange. The jars, the jam. Even those rare days when I was invited to the feast by someone of my few acquaintances, and the jam was served as dessert to tea, it was from the stores most of the time. Only Lena had everything homemade, and the taste of her food has always been magnificent. There could be no comparison of it, and the artificial flavor of the jar and the shiny labels. Lena has returned to the kitchen with a small stool and an apologetic smile. Here, take it. The stool made the task casual. Throughout the whole process, Lena was solicitously standing nearby, ready to help if something happened to me during this transportation. I accidentally made a wrong move on the unstable surface, and at the same moment, she carefully snapped me up. Do you need assistance with anything else? I asked when the jar was already on the table and I had finally stood on a stable floor. Well, could you please open it? She handed me the opener. Slavia hasn't returned to the kitchen. Instead, she stayed with Mosh in the living room. I was sitting in the kitchen, carefully drinking the hot tea, thoughtfully served by Lena, who was bustling about near the cooker, watching the meat pie. That's what made that smell in the oven, frying, cooking, something that made me swallow my saliva time after time. I hope they realize that some of these just are not good sentences. Some of these sentences are not put together very well. I just hope they know that. And then I slapped myself right in the face in frustration. I forgot to hand her the present. I've already exchanged some shiny boxes with the other girls during our afternoon shopping, except for Lena, who seemed to leave the apartment for the last 2 days, getting ready for the guests. I forgot something. Wait a minute. And entered the hallway, feverishly looking around, trying to remember where I put it. I found the small box in the inner pocket of my jacket that I had neglectedly thrown. I found the small box in the inner pocket of the jacket that I had just kind of thrown on the chair in the living room. Slavia and Masha were talking about something connected to the show business, judging by the short fragments of their conversation. I couldn't care less about their conversation, and I decided to hurry back to the kitchen. Here, finally, Happy New Year. Lena turned around and saw a tiny parcel in my hands. Thank you. She took the box and after trifling with it for a bit, put it on the windowsill. And that's all? You won't even open it? It even hurt me to get the exactly planned present for her. I had to search half the city, visit a lot of small shops and huge malls, and she just put it aside without even opening. Strange. It seemed that we got along with her so well. It seemed that we got along with her well, even better than the other girls. This estrangement seems weird. Why are all the girls acting weird, man? Do they all want the Dino? Is that what's going on? Y'all knew the phrase wasn't dead. Y'all knew the phrase wasn't dead. Alright, yeah. I stared at the table, deep in my thoughts, leaving the last gulp of tea to cool off. It's hardly been a while. But all of us have already changed a lot. Someone almost insensibly, and someone quite significantly. What's the matter with you? She stood in front of me and stared at me, having abandoned the cooking. It's nothing. Everything's alright. Bro, you starting to sound like a female. It's nothing. It's nothing. I promise it's nothing. Sounding like a female. That's kind of what females do, so I'm gonna need you to not do that. Maybe she's just waiting for New Year's to come to open it then. A weak reassurance, actually. Tell me, don't you miss it? I mean, everything that happened? Glynda cast her eyes down. Did I give her the Dino and she's like now, like, all awkward about it? Is that what happened? Ooh, there's a button up here and I never noticed it. Oh, it's just next. Sorry. Cast her eyes down. Maybe I do. It seemed that she wanted to add something, even breathe some air, but remained silent. I was about to finish my tea and leave as she said, "And you? Do you miss it? You know, I do miss them titties. I do miss them titties." Wait, is that not what we're talking about? Sorry. Yeah. No, yeah, we are talking about titties. Cool. Alright, so we're talking about titties now. I replied automatically, but truthfully, even though I didn't have enough time to think over a question. Automatically, but truthfully, even though I didn't have enough time to think over her question. I do miss it sometimes. Don't misunderstand me. I'm not living in dreams. I like the reality much more. But sometimes I reminisce. Okay, J. Cole, I'm gonna need you to calm down. Well, that's a Jalaya. Alright. There's no longer a Jalaya. She stopped with the barking. I do miss it sometimes, don't misunderstand me. I'm not living in dreams, I like the reality somewhere, but I reminisce because he's J. Cole. It was so easy to so carefree there. It was much easier to make decisions and say things I wouldn't dare to say here. I realized that I had talked a bit too much. Immediately shut up and looked at Wait, was that me talking? Yeah, okay. And looked at Lena, expecting to see her smile or vacant look. But she was watching me closely, her eyes wide open. It seemed that she wanted to say something, but this time didn't have enough courage to. And I continued to stare at the old, shabby, and scratched tabletop. I wonder if she has anyone, not just a friend or an acquaintance like me, but someone much closer. Was I the FWB for this whole group? Is that what happened? Or was it like some people in the group got with me? I gotta know, man. Where did my penis go? I need to know who my penis has been inside of in this game. I need to know it. After those events, I couldn't become more than friends with any of the girls. Maybe we were hesitating because of our past, maybe because of the other pioneers, but eventually I have returned to my lonely, although not so hopelessly dull life. Even managed to find a job, began to go out and talk to other people more often. Sure, it wasn't heaven on earth, but I didn't blame my fate for that. I like these, maybe not so fast-paced, but changes. Anyway, and still, I had some emptiness in my soul, as if I lacked something important and brighten my... This music doesn't match. Sorry, and brighten my life. But what it was, I couldn't even understand myself. Something that makes you want to wake up earlier and, for example, get up and make delicious breakfast while humming a simple tune. Or, on the contrary, lie for a bit longer thinking about something good. Reminisce. Can we stop talking reminiscing? Alright, this isn't Forest Hill Drive, we can calm that down. This isn't for your eyes only, like everyone's able to watch this. Like, y'all need to calm down. This ain't J. Cole albums over here. I need you to calm down with all the reminiscing. Anyway. I'm headed a totally wrong direction. I shook my head just as if trying to shake out these thoughts. After all, it's one of the most important holidays of the year today. Or is it? Somewhat I remember one of the latest graduate meetings. No, I wasn't bored at the moment, and the girls weren't strangers to me. On the contrary, I was the reason of it. I was still trying to evade any kind of company, even a company of people who were so close to me. The floor quietly creaked under my foot when I got up and headed for the hallway. Oh yeah, the jacket is in the living room. Slavia diverted from her quiet talk with Masha and looked at me with surprise. Where are you going to? I'll go for a walk, get some fresh air. Trying to escape her glance, I went back to the hallway and started pulling my shoes on. Hands couldn't deal with the fastener. I was snorting and getting more and more angry. Why am I getting angry? You can't even leave like a normal person. Having finally dealt with my shoes, I stood up and locked eyes with Elena. She was silently watching me with some unrenderable look in her eyes. A mix of fright, surprise, and something else. Something incomprehensible, but sad. Leaving already? She asked quiet. No, I'm just going for a short walk. I forced a fake smile, trying to hide the awkwardness of my current situation. Even though I realized that she could see straight through me, only she can do it this way. Wait, I'm coming with you. What for? Going for a walk, too. Do you mind? Do I mind? On one hand, yes, I wanted to be alone for a while, but on the other, I can get them titties. Of course I don't. Dress yourself. I'll wait. During all the time we've known each other, I managed to realize one thing. It's really hard for me to say no to Lena. Any protest, every objection was crushed. Should I just look into her kind, shining... Should I just look into her kind? Shining with some sort of magic, green eyes, smile and say, of course. That was the time when I was truly in love. And what has changed since? You coming? Yo, she low-key looking pretty cute with the whole, I see you, girl, I see you. Lena's voice made me snap out of my hypnotizing stream of thoughts. She's already flung up her light coat, put on the boots, and we left the apartment. So what? She asked when we stepped outside. Nothing. I shrugged. And what should have happened? I don't know. I just thought you might want to talk. In private. I came up to a snow-covered bench, threw the white stuff off, and sat on the iced seat. Somewhere in the distance, a car had started its engine. Well, it wasn't a car. I could recognize the sound of 1,000 other ones. And old Liaz? The last one on the route, number 410. Sorry, pal, not to... Oh, it was a bus. Got it. The grumble of the old engine has become louder and more distant, as if it heard my thoughts. Of course I was curious, but I have nothing to do there anymore. Glynda was standing beside a New Year's tree, emptily looking in front of her. Suddenly, something hurt my chest. Something strange, but so familiar. Like during one of those old evenings that didn't actually exist, when I tried and exhausted, not even be able to turn... When I tired and exhausted, not even able to turn on my TV and disconnect from the world for the short 4 hours. And Lena sitting near me, caressing my hair and singing something softly, as if trying to cradle me. Kids. We could have become a family. Why are we still living apart and meet only on holidays? After all, parents are not here to look askance at us. Yell. What? Okay, this entire sentence is making no sense. I'm having a lot of issues with the... I'm interested in what's going on, but the actual writing here is horrid. Like, not the story writing, but the actual writing. Like, the grammatical... like logistics of how sentences works is not working right now. Also, the music is really not fitting. This is not the greatest, but it's also really interesting and I want to know. I'm one of those people I need to know. So we're gonna keep going. We're gonna chug through this. After all, parents are not here to look down at us, yell, forbid anything. Why have we not done anything? One more look at the girl. A breath. A heartbeat. It's time. Lena, My voice hoarse at once, and dry throat weren't helping these kinds of confessions in any way, but I managed to grab her attention. What? Don't you dare to stop now. I've wanted for a long time. My hands were broken, fumbling in my pockets. Where the hell is it? And then it felt like I splashed with a barrel of cold water. The small box in a shine. Damn it, this was the time I was supposed to give her the fracking parcel. Anyway, I'm sorry. I've left it at yours. Gonna bring it back. Wait. My legs ushered me to the porch as suddenly I heard a voice from behind. Simeon, wait! I turned around. Lena was standing, holding something tiny with a careful bow on top of it in her hands. Were you searching for this? Yes. I slowly headed back, picking the right words on the move. You know, it's kind of hard for me to say it all the way straight off. My eyesight was struck somewhere at the level of her feet. These suede boots look nice. Must be expensive ones. I wonder where did she get the money for them? Quit prevaricate. Glynda!
Prevaricating.
Thank you. Today on the kitchen, when I asked, well, about what happened, I remember, well then, wouldn't you like to, come on. But my brain acted as paralyzed, picking the opposite of what I needed to say. Millions, billions of phrases, and everything is so wrong. I would. She softly, kindly smiled to me. Then, well... Simeon, Lena, where are you? The speech has already started. Echoed from the direction of the house. We're coming, we're coming! She shouted in response. So what did you want? Here. I pointed at the box she was still holding in her hands. I quickly remembered that the small box has a tidy sum on a price tag. Of course, the contents weren't intended for what's going to happen. Happened. Damn. Even thoughts floundered. May I? Yeah, take it. The box was now in my palm. The bow was the hardest part. Hands were shaking, and even though the bow itself wasn't just glued, it was actually tied to the box. God damn the service. But then this is what was on the title screen. Anyway, but then I finally opened it and pulled a small but elegant pendant on a chain. Take it. I figured you would like it. She twisted it in her hands and smiled. Thank you. A small emerald, strikingly green, just as her eyes, glistened beautifully under the light of the lampposts. An awkward silence fell. I was perplexed, looking somewhere aside, not knowing what to say, and Lena, well, she's always silent. Listen, come on, Simeon, say it! Come on! There's nothing hard in it, just a couple of words. So, I thought. Lena kept silent and watched with a smile, was watching me hopelessly trying to control my speech. And the writing of this entire visual novel. Ooh, wow, ooh, where did that come from? Do you, well, eat? I do, she laughed. And you, well, someday, not necessarily now, but in general, as a matter of principle, wouldn't like to get together someday? I would. I was astonished, while she was standing and smiling. Thank you. Let's go back, she asked softly and offered me a hand. My eyesight was still somewhere at the ground level, and my thoughts couldn't be compared to a swarm of scattered no cockroaches. Yeah, it's been a long time since I did something like that. I was distracted by Lena taking my hand in herself and gently pulling me, leading me to the porch. Yeah, let's go. We stopped by the door. Lena tapped her pockets and searched for her keys. The door replied by beeping rhythmically with a magnetic chip touch the plate. I gallantly opened it in front of Lena, but she didn't hurry inside. She froze? Freezed? Really, people? Freezed? Okay. I'm gonna really hope that I'm gonna do some research on this and see if it was translated or not. Maybe Glynda knows. Glynda? there you go. If it's translated, if it's not translated, it should be really, like the English shouldn't be this bad. But if it is translated, I give them slight passes, but not enough. This is still pretty bad. Anyway. She froze at the doorstep as if thinking something over. Well, you... I couldn't finish my sentence because Glynda made a step towards me. A warm kiss had imprinted on my cheek. I just stood there, breathless and astonished. I wanted to reach for her as well, but she had already stepped inside, smiling archly. A second, and in the same shy girl in front of me as she was before, but my cheeks still contained the feels given by the kiss. Thanks again. And again she smiled. You're welcome, Simeon. And I felt the awesome changes are coming to my life. No, phone! Not the time! So there you have it. Thanks for reading the short story. Our team wishes you Happy New Year's. We believe that positive thinking, kind people you will meet, and your strong and successful initiatives will lead you to brighter futures where all dreams, even the most extraordinary ones, will undoubtedly come true. Lastly, we hope you'll find your own Lena blah 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 and live happily ever after. Good luck. Not gonna lie, that was pretty, it was short, sweet, and I liked it. I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty, I like this. I did enjoy it. As much as it was a really quick game, I really did enjoy it. Through all the bull crap that was the really bad writing. Like, the writing was really bad. I'm not sure if it was translated or not. Glynda will tell you, she'll know. But, like, I don't know. And, oh my god, I freaking love it. I freaking love it. It was a cute little one, and I'm really glad that we played. I'm really glad we got to play this for New Year's. It was a good one. I enjoyed this. This is a really short story time in comparison to most of the others, but in general, I still think it's a pretty sizable. It's like 30 minutes or so, so you know, I'm happy with that. But I'm glad that this also means I get to play it more. Not until next year rolls around, but in general, I'm glad that I get to play it again. So, guys, that was Storytime Saturday. If you guys enjoyed, let me know. If not, also let me know. And I'll know whether or not I can play it again next year or not. I kind of hope I can, because I do want to find out what the other girls' endings are. I kind of really still want to see if I can get with Masha. I didn't read all those names. I kind of skipped over them. But I really want to know if I can get with Masha at some point. So, but, you know, all the other girls, I wonder if there's like each one of them has their own story and link to me, or if it's all similar and different. So anyway, we'll find out at some point. You guys, if you enjoyed, leave a like. If you want to see more of this, every Saturday I do story time, so you can go ahead and subscribe if you want to see more. But other than that, guys, this has been Percolating. It's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun. See you guys in the next one. Peace.